Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer here on Speed Gaming. It's the last one of the year in our good year of 2023. We're so glad that you all made time to join us today. But before we get too far into it, let us introduce ourselves. I am Slumberjack, and joining me on the comms table today is your Uncle Finch. How are we doing today?
Doing great, Summertack. Good to be back and good to celebrate either, depending on where you live, either the last race of 2023 or the first race of 2024. We've got a nice daily open weekly between Tepidino, Captain 1977, Child of God, and Calvin. So should be a nice one.
Yeah, should be. And yeah, you're right. It's 2024 for a lot of people, and anyone who's watching this on YouTube, it is 2024. But we're off to the races. I already missed what the first item was.
Not a whole lot. But we
Yeah.
do have, it looks like, crystals in Hera and Eastern with the green pendant in Desert.
All right, let's see. We've got some Hollow Knight representation here. I see a Deadpool, a Psyduck, some classic Link.
Got some Deadpool. And we've also got some really nice Octopath Traveler music going on as well for the MSU pack. Summerjack was. Do you remember? Was that you, or was that? I believe, or was that Hugo or Lady Laura and Linda who are tracking for us?
Oh no. Yeah, the Octopath Traveler sound pack was made by myself and Reed Porter on the the official sheet, on the official sheet and whatnot. But yeah, this is the one I use all the time. But I had it custom made specifically for myself.
Oh, nice. Also, we did get the flippers so far in the Thief Drop Down. Not a whole lot else. Well, okay, I say that, and there's a bow in the back of Tavern.
Oh, okay. Good grab. We don't have Lamp yet to make all of Eastern Palace logical. Bow's always kind of spooky to get this early, because you don't want to touch Eastern Palace if you don't have to. But I mean, if you can, then it's a crystal. You can do it.
Right. It is possible. It's a good chunk of items, at least that way. There's our bottle. Very useful to have before checking Sick Kid.
Yeah. Letting the bee out. Was that a gold bee or just a normal bee?
I think that was just a normal bee, but I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, I would hope. I hope it's a normal bee because I was like, the merchant is right there.
Oh. Yeah, that would have been because the merchant can give Link or the knight or anyone 100 rupees just by turning that in. So it makes for a very nice refund if you get the bottle vendor services. And there's Moon Pearl.
Yep, there's Moon Pearl. Yep. We have a couple of runners picking up their flippers, which Tepidino already had. So.
And Tepidino here, gonna go ahead and farm up the rest of the rupee money here. It really makes sense. You're already. It just needs one drop in, and you're going to be able to do it kind of in this go.
Yeah, you'll be able to turn in the 100 rupees you need for the merchant. So yeah, all makes sense. And all of our runners basically doing very, very standard basic openers. No surprises here, no clowning around just yet. But we'll get there.
There's plenty of time for that.
There's plenty of time for clowning.
Yeah, and I wonder if the battle merchant can let us buy boots twice. Do we run 4 times as fast?
Yes, that is how it works. All exponential, except for the boots were, I believe, in the chicken hut.
Boots were on Bottle Vendor.
Oh, they were on Bottle Vendor. Okay.
Yep. So
everyone just doing things in weird order. Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
Oh, okay, Bottle Vendor. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was like, Bottle Kid? That doesn't make sense. He hasn't done Bottle Kid yet.
I don't know. Maybe the bottle vendor is just young at heart.
Yeah.
By the way, there was a book at Sick Kid though. While we're there.
Yeah. What are you gonna do when you're sick in bed all day, other than read?
Yeah. And
right.
just $20 on the ledge, so we'll give that a pass. Child of God going to go ahead and give us the first look at the eastern area, though.
I mean, I like it. If you're confident with your dark rooms in this stage of the game, with a heart and a half, by all means, enjoy those Igors.
Right, this will be actually probably would have saved that bomb and well, actually no, without a sword. Speaking of lamp,
never mind. Now Eastern Palace is just dummy easy.
Yeah.
So this is 100% the correct play.
Yeah. And plus we get half of our Zora money, so we'll gladly take that. Now Child of God is down to really just being the archer class. No bombs, decent amount of arrows, but we'll have to keep an eye on those throughout. Fortunately, Eastern doesn't require a sword. It's one of the dungeons where it doesn't give that much of a help.
Yeah, no, both Tepidino and Child of God, they're going to go through this dungeon like lickety-split, no problems whatsoever. While we wait for our other two runners, Captain and Calvin, to finish up just their opening route and see where they go from there. Whether they gun straight for Eastern Palace, do they do South Shore instead? Who knows? We're about to find out.
So, even though Child of God had healed up a bit in Sassy's hut, that was a really nice full heart refill there, getting that fourth piece of heart. Captain opting to check the ledge, just go ahead and do the ledge. Unfortunately, took a little time to get that those, and there's the big key right there.
Yeah. Captain being the one to do the South Shore check. So we're going to be seeing two different things. We got Eastern Palace on one side, and we've got South Shore on the other, depending where Calvin goes. Calvin will also be following the others into Eastern Palace, so Captain will be giving us a lot of our first view into what the South Shore has for us.
We got some really nice diversions here, especially.
Ooh. Did you see that?
Yep.
It was good old hammer.
Oh, we love to see that. Oh my goodness. So that is another piece of the puzzle to for AGA 1 to be not required too. Or AGA 2 is required, AGA 1 to be required. 3, I don't know numbers.
See, Blue Rupee on Desert Palace. We're going to Desert Palace. This is great. I love this play by Captain. Like, if I were on stream, this is like one of the goofy fun plays where like, I could do all South Shore. No, I have a book. I'm gonna go straight into Desert Palace.
That book is gonna lead us, and there's the single arrow there in Eastern, so we technically needed that lamp for that one arrow.
And we do have a blue duck on our screen. I believe the only thing of value in that in those checks that Calvin just did was there was a bottle and the blue mail. So nothing progressive, but I mean, nice.
We won't turn it down.
Yeah.
Calvin is going to go ahead and grab the hammer here, though. Little worried Child of God down to 2 hearts. So just keep an eye on that.
Chat pointing out it's a shiny Psyduck. I actually don't know if that's a Psyduck's shiny color or not, but Alright, Calvin getting their hammer. We see both Tepidino and Child of God about to go into the fight. pretty much at the same time. They were neck and neck throughout this entire dungeon, so little time lost or gained by either runner.
Right, and just missing out there, but 3 quick arrows. And that is crystal number 1 on the board for Child of God. GG.
And right behind, Tepidino. All right, we are going to get our Agena check from Captain over here. Still getting our first looks on a lot of things from there. And I do see that Calvin, after they did the 5 checks on South Shore, they did not choose to pursue all of the right side. They chose to turn around and go back to Desert, versus Captain, who just did damage and went immediately to Desert Palace.
Also, there's that power glove in Agena's cave.
Oh, okay.
This is
I mean, that's Dark World right there.
Yeah, it really is. And Captain gonna go ahead and take that key. Check out the back of Escape here. It's a good 3 checks here.
One. Oh, okay. Yep. We need that.
Yep. We're going to need that there. All right. Meanwhile, Child of God going to go ahead and give us a Lumberjack ledge here.
And as to what is that that we're talking about, Cane of Samaria was in the back of Escape. So Cane of Samaria kind of either needed or very much desired for Ice Palace, Mizumire, and Turtle Rock. So,
and that with the Cane of Berna that Calvin and Captain both got, that's gonna be kind of nice. That's gonna be some nice safety kind of throughout.
Yeah, it's cozy, especially when everyone here should be getting the blue mail. I say that except for like the one time, I think the last time I was featured on stream, I skipped this exact check that Captain's doing right now, and it was my go mode hook shot on the thief.
Oh no! Also,
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Child of God, going ahead, and we have a 10-11 minute pedestal check for a heart container. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess not a pet seed. Sorry, pet is dead. Sorry. But is it an ice rock cave seed? Because Calvin did skip this area, so we'll see what we get here. Ice Rock Cave has nothing. No. Nothing of note, but I mean, 20 rupees. Tepidino using the last arrow there to slay the main Moldorm. Okay, so there was also a mushroom in here. That's good to know. Yep, I did not catch that one. Yeah, the blue mail. Yep. Yeah, I'd missed that as well until right here. So normally I would say like mushroom is like a must turn in like this early on in the game, but like when we already know Dark World access is available, maybe not so much. It's not too hard to get to, but at this point I would deprioritize it. Right, especially once you get the mirror, you'd be able to chain a lot of checks kind of in one go at this point. Yeah, you do like the world tour kind of thing with the lumberjack, and then go all the way up, do catfish and stuff like that, all at the same time. But so, yeah, now. Sorry, go ahead. Nope, I didn't have anything else to say. Oh, so Captain looks like he's going to go towards the Zor area. Still 50 rupees short, but we'll see what happens here. It's can do all but one check, but Tepidino will be able to do every checkup here. I do see Child of God. Like, have we talked about like the Hyrule Castle play, the front?
It's an interesting one because normally I would like want to like avoid the front of Hyrule Castle unless I know I'm going to be doing Aghanim or like it's the last thing I want to do so that I'm just already right there. But you know, this is randomizer where anything could be anywhere, and if there's something good in here in Zelda Cell, that might be everybody else's last location.
Right. Absolutely. And we do get some Dark World information on Calvin's side. Looks like Thieves Town and Turtle Rock are both our pendants, and then our 5-6 crystals are Mire and Swamp Palace.
Chat pointing out, yeah, we have our first, or we have multiple people with swords. Did they get them from the same place?
Yep, they were in the waterfall cave.
They were in the waterfall. Okay, so we have some runners who are not in the precarious situation that Calvin is in, which is running around Thieves Town, pendant Thieves Town without a sword. That's good.
And meanwhile, Zelda Cell was just a map for Child of God, so gonna check Dark Cross here, and then skedaddle from there. Yeah, Thieves Town without a sword is okay. I would be comfortable doing Thieves Town without a sword if I had the hook shot, just because that'll either stun or just outright kill enemies, but we don't have that scenario.
Epidino doing the hard reset there to preserve the mushroom in case they wanted to glitch or powder glitch the bat later on, because all that was on the magic vendor was another bottle.
All right, Child of God, going through the cave, going through the sewers here.
I mean, they don't have the gloves yet, so this is one way. Okay, well, hopefully this is one way to get get to the back.
Yep, there we go. All right, that will be the Cane of Samari there. Meanwhile, Calvin making his way up to the attic here.
All right, I don't think we found anything interesting in Thieves Town just yet.
It's been pretty empty, but we do have a couple items still coming up. And fortunately, we won't be isolating the big chest if need be.
I am surprised that Tepidino, after getting the mushroom and chasing it, has not like chased the book at this point. Because you get a book this early, it's almost always like, just go straight to Desert Palace whenever you get a chance to.
All right, and Tepidino is on the way to get the Cane of Samaria there as well.
What I'm hoping they don't do is, because I see that they're planning on doing like the one heart reset here, it looks like. Or they can't do Aghanim, so...
This is curious, and but that is a death warp. And meanwhile, big chest in Thieves Town, just the map, so we've got our last item on blind.
Alright, so yeah, they're just gonna clear out the front. And then I guess they're mentally preparing to find either a Master Sword or a cape in here before going, yeah, I have the book.
All right, and this is actually this is where having that Cane of Burna really comes in handy.
Yeah, for Calvin specifically, who hasn't done the flipper checks yet. So, yeah, this is just like, yep, no problem. Get out of here, blind.
9 hits. They didn't say by what means. But that is it. And that is a pendant that we know we will not need. So I don't... especially with 4 items, you're still looking for a lot of things. I'm not sure how I feel about clearing out Thief Town entirely, but...
Oh, I would have skipped it, like, almost, like, I would have done, like, front 4, maybe, and then gotten out of there. Bombos, by the way. We've already seen that with Captain, but that is also there.
And Captain is also going through the rest of Thief Town as well, so... between the two of them, they're making sort of the same overall plays here, and that'll likely get them over to sort of a similar routing towards Hype Cave and Pyramid Ledge. Meanwhile, Tepidino is setting up here very nicely for burning a little bit of magic there, so that you can check the magic bat.
Yeah, both being very, very thorough. I believe this is our first look at Shovel Game.
This is.
So maybe we'll get something here. Okay, well, just 20 rupees.
Oh, but Calvin is lacking pod money right now, so...
Yep, I was just noticing that too.
Uh-oh. There's that sword for Child of God. So Calvin does need to make his way up towards there, but maybe we find another sword along the way.
And we have Tepidino also going... Oh, nope. Tepidino is finally going to be doing what seems like the Desert Palace play. Which, funny enough, I keep talking about the book as if it's important. You normally use it as like a flag to be like, I probably should go in this direction. When we know that the gloves are just Nagina, which are like basically a 0 check. Available at the very beginning of the game.
Yep, and Tepidino is going to get this first, but there's the Titan's Mitts and Red Mail upgrade there for Calvin.
We do need those.
Tepidino actually also the only runner so far to check Agina's Cave before Desert. So Tepidino does have Desert available, and even though we know Pedestal's nothing, it could still be a green pendant turn-in for another item.
So, yeah, Tepidino has, at this point, full knowledge that they have Dark World access at this point. Still going to go into Desert Palace. The question is, how deep do they go? Because it is a green pendant. And Eastern Palace is Pod is also on the board at this point. So do you try to, like, loop all that in? I don't know.
And meanwhile, Calvin's going to go ahead and take this all the way up to Catfish. Which, yeah, versus Pod right now, because that's a good thing to just keep in mind. Even though you're short on money, like it could be worse. It could be trying to go towards Pod and not realizing that you don't have the cash for it.
Yeah, which I've done many a time myself. So good on Calvin for like being like, yeah, I can't do it just yet. Might as well. You know, in speed running, it's always important just to keep moving forward with whatever you have.
Yep. And you know, just 100 rupees short now. Or 10 rupees short now.
All right, Catfish, what do you got for us? Well, now
there's
we can
pod
go into Pod. Time to turn around. Here we go. We can do Pod now.
All of the enemies that were slain along the way, they led up to this moment here.
They paved the way for us. All right. Meanwhile, over on Captain Screen, we're going to get our first look into Pod over there. Tepidino is going to go all in on Desert Palace for that green pendant.
And depending on where this mirror is, this could still be a kind of nice check here, because Tepidino still has to do Pod.
The bomb strats, so good.
Yeah, with arrows, and very nicely done on Tepidino's side. For a shield.
For a shield. Good job, Tepidino. Very, 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 very nice bomb strats there in NMG. So far in Pod, we just have the small key, vanilla.
But yeah, so Tepidino does still have that green pendant turn at least, and if that's something else, then I don't think we see Desert from anyone else or completion of it for a while.
See. Still nothing super interesting in Pod just yet. We see Tepidino's retracing some steps we've already seen.
There's a key for a key there.
Okay, big key, which means because they don't have the mirror, means they can just go straight to King Helmasaur, get the dungeon cleared, and then go back in, so they don't have to worry about mirror shenanigans and whatnot. So that's good for routing.
It really is. Yep. Meanwhile, Tepidino gonna go ahead and turn in that green pendant immediately. All right, so was it worth it?
All right, Tepidino, show us what you got. Okay, well, oof.
All right, and there's Quake, by the way, over in Pod on Captain's side. So Calvin will be getting that momentarily. But unfortunately, yeah, the pendant dungeons have not panned out so far.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those seeds where if you're skipping every single pendant dungeon and just doing like the front few checks and just getting out immediately, you are doing good. Oh yes, and thank you for doing that. By the way, this is put on by a lot of really cool, talented people. Not only the talented people that you're seeing on screen, Tepidino, Child of God, Captain 1977, and Calvin. Give them all a follow if you have the opportunity to. They have graciously volunteered their time and energy to do a little speed run for you and create entertainment for you on this fine New Year's Eve. And then again, I am Slumberjack and your Uncle Fish. You can follow us if you really want to. And then we have some folks on the tracker side of things who are pressing buttons that you don't even see in the background. We've got Hugo and Lady Laura Linda. So yeah, just shout outs to everyone who's putting on this fine operation for you.
Yeah, we've got a good number of folks, and we also have that flute in Skull Woods over on Child of God's side. Pick that up. So that's going to be excellent movement from this point. Child of God giving us again some new different checks. So
yeah, and Child of God, the one person without the mitts, which is like where you go, maybe I start doing the blacksmith chain.
Yep. Meanwhile, Captain doing getting some nice hammer hits here on King Helmasaur.
I'm just noticing that Calvin does not have a lamp. Where was that lamp? Wasn't it like in the back of Saha?
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tepidino, so close. Doing. Let's see.
Oh, hover strats.
Yep, and there's the turn, and there's the final turn.
Yeah.
Very well done.
I've tried to hover so many times, and I just gave up on it after a while.
As typically a keyboard player, no. Very nice King Helma Slay there on Captain's side, and Calvin on that way as well.
Yep. And chat pointing out, also with no sword still.
Oh my goodness.
Calvin playing hard mode.
It's like, did we get a secret swordless mode here going on?
All right, $50. I believe. Okay, no, we already do have another King Helmasaur kill from another person who does not have a lamp as well.
Yep.
Let's see. So we've got 3 people in pod. We've got Child of God doing the South World checks. Gonna get their mitts pretty soon. I would imagine this would... Okay, well, prove me wrong. Child of God, where are you going? All right, I don't know.
I wonder if this is a mountain play here at this point.
But the mitts were right there. Child of God doesn't know that, but...
Yeah. Well, or not. Okay.
Oh, they got the flute. That's what they're doing. They're activating the flute because obviously mobility. That makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Because they're the one person who went into Skull Woods for the random check for flute. Yeah. This all checks out.
Yep. We're on board here. We got this. And yeah, Captain getting the $20 there, and that is all the items out of pod there. So it's a good crystal, but not a whole lot else.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and now Child of God will get their mitts now. And then I would imagine because they have everything they need for pod, they're also just going to follow everyone else there.
Oh no, Tabadino has taken a death in the dark maze.
Oh no, whatever will they do? Oh, just go back in.
So anyways, and by the way, there's a shovel in King's Tomb there, so that's something else to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's just going to be something in the back of your mind the entire time. I would imagine we're not going to see much use of that shovel until we find a mirror to like route it in with like Cave 45 and whatnot, but yeah, it's just going to be there in the background where it's like, oh, do I need the ice rod to go get the one thing in the back of Pendant Turtle Rock? Yeah, we'll see.
Captain opting to pick up that bottle. That is bottle number 3 there for Captain. And did remember to not just do a hard reset, because that would loosen the shovel. So...
Oh, true. Yeah. All right. Let's see, we've got pod, we've got pod, we've got pod. Calvin, where are we going, Calvin? Are you gonna give us a little King's Tomb that we haven't seen yet, maybe? Have we seen King's Tomb?
Yep, it was that shovel.
Oh, that was the shovel. Okay,
yep.
So Calvin's gonna get the shovel. Probably go up the mountain from here because they don't have that flute.
And something remarkable, the mountain's been in logic for a while, and there's the lamp there for Captain.
Hooray!
So
I bet they're overjoyed to find it just now after doing all of pod in the dark.
sort of remarkable. And granted, without, well, with the mitts, this becomes a little bit nicer. But Death Mountain has been avoided so far by all of our runners so far.
I mean, I would avoid it too. I mean, we don't have the mirror, we don't have the hook shot, and for the longest time, like I also like personally try to avoid it until I have the mitts. But again, no hammer, no hook shot, no mirror, no hook shot. Yeah, it's low value. You can go up there, get the one easy check from Uncle, basically, and create the save point, and that's really not a big loss of time, unless you realize that the flute exists in Skull Woods, which only one of our runners knows.
Right. Although Calvin is right around there as well, so.
All right, Tepidino, where are you going? Are you gonna? Oh, you're changing your mind a little bit. I think we're gonna see a little bit of a mountain climb here, given that little turnaround there. No.
Nope.
Oh, did they not do King's Tomb?
They have not done King's Tomb yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they just remembered, like, oh yeah, this is over here. We can do this.
But we have not seen a shovel check yet from any of our racers, so that's a thing.
Yeah, Calvin gonna get their flute pretty soon. You have Captain doing Eastern Palace with their lamp, their beloved lamp now. Oh, we are getting a shovel check now from Tepidino.
All right, I don't mind this at all. It's a fairly quick check, all things considered.
I mean, yeah, and it's early enough in the race where like this is not a bad gamble by any means. Bam! Oh. Look at that. That could be necessary. Yep.
And
that's medallions. Yep.
Yeah, that's medallion percent. That, and it's peace of mind for when you get all three. At least it's just peace of mind. You don't have to worry about the one.
Where was Bombos? Where was the last one? I don't remember. Trackers, help me!
we require assistance. Thieves Town.
Thieves Town.
Oh, that's right.
Thieves Town. Was it in? I would imagine it was in the front four. Hopefully, I hope it's in the front four.
Or C-shaped house.
Oh, see. Okay, yeah. That's correct. It was in C-shaped house.
All right, Child God working on getting that pixel there for the hammer jump.
I remember when I was learning this trick, being told it was like the hardest trick possible, and then when I learned it, I was able to do it like 20 times in a row, and this is like me preparing for like League Season 2021 or something like that. Because I was like, oh, this is very important for things like AD keys, which was the week I was running. But it's really not that difficult once you know how to do it.
Once you've got the lineups there, and Child of God going to do a death warp here, and fortunately the fire takes 1 heart regardless of your armor, so it will do that fairly quickly. And Old Man gives us heart piece.
Okay. Well, thanks, I guess. All right. Captain taking down little Armos Knights. Gonna get their second crystal.
And just a piece of heart inside a Spectacle Rock.
Tepidino hitting that medallion percent that you were mentioning before. Which is always nice, because then you don't feel like you have to make an extra trip up the mountain just to check, am I in go mode? Again, Turtle Rock is a pendant, but I mean, I guess it saves you a flute trip to Misery Mire. Is Misery Mire in Logic right now?
I think it is.
Yeah,
we need the
Misery Mire.
Bookshop. Although Calvin's it looked like it was Ether though requiring it.
Yeah, but which Tepidino does have, so.
But Calvin taking that hook shot and going right back up the mountain.
Oh, where was the hook shot? Was the hook shot at the top of the mountain?
Meyer Shed.
Oh.
Yeah, so Skullwood's required to get that flute to be able to get Meyer Shed.
Yeah, like, this is the correct time to be going up the mountain. Is like, you've got the mitts, you've got the hook shot, you got the hammer, so you can do Tower of Hera while you're up here. Like, you can just do everything in just one go. Minimize the amount of mountain climbs you can do.
Unfortunately, Calvin doesn't need a sword because there we go. Okay.
All right, never mind.
Commentator's blessing?
Blessing? Yep.
Happy New Year's Eve or day. Oh my.
All right. What do we got in here? Cape. It doesn't do too much for us, I don't think. Ooh. That's a mirror.
Yep. Things are getting clarification. Like, we're getting clarification here. We're getting clarity.
Yeah, that is a swamp palace. So Calvin has in front of them right now a very clear trajectory. They can do Ice Palace, that's a crystal. Swamp Palace, that's a crystal. Eastern Palace, and that's a crystal. Tower of Hera, that's a crystal. They're just looking for a fire rod at this point.
And another sword.
And another sword. Oh, and then they do need to get their ether eventually.
Yep. But I don't see that check being abandoned like for too long at least.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's the fire rod.
Oh, okay. Well, now we do definitely need that sword now.
We have an extra mountain climb anyway. For Calvin, unfortunately.
I mean, at least they do have the mirror now, so that's not the worst mountain climb to do, but they just have to get that sword that everybody else got in the first 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, Child of God gonna go ahead and do ice with the Bombos medallion.
I like that setup by Calvin. That's the one I use as well. I forget the name of it. That was coined by a very specific speedrunner, but there's so many setups for that these days. Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin had so Calvin skipped the very first Shekahara, like that first basement.
Yeah.
So yep, unfortunately. And second sword is in the second sword that we know about, at least, is in Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, which that's going to happen naturally over time as you whittle down your checks. You're eventually going to want to route in, especially now with the mirror, route in Catfish with Zora. So. Good old hammer strats on Moldorm. Oh. Trolldorm gets another one.
Very nice icebreaker there on Child of God's side. Get a heart container.
Tepidino switching to the Canaverna just for that one last day. It's like, I'm done with this.
Absolutely the right call. And that is Pendant of Wisdom. Because in this game, it's red.
No, Captain getting bullied by the bird.
Meanwhile, Moldorm does go down on Calvin's side, and that is crystal number 3. Or 2, sorry. Crystal number 2.
Child of God wants to go down some stairs. There you go. Those are stairs. You didn't get that? Okay, he was just checking the
Yeah.
island. Okay.
I think that'd have been a recheck. But yeah, just gonna go ahead, just double check. It take a second to save minutes.
There's another sword.
Yep.
So all of our runners are pretty much guaranteed to have Master Sword going into Ganon's Tower. Like if they somehow avoid the Zor area for as long as they have, they'll get it eventually. They'll get a Master Sword eventually.
Now, if our racers do get into go mode before then, we might see some folks skip that Ice Palace one. So we'll see how many folks have tempered by the end.
Yeah, we are in no mode, aren't we? At this point, we know where everything is.
Yeah, we know where everything is. We've got 3 swords available somewhere.
Yeah, 3 swords. We know where the fire rod is. We know where the medallions are that are required.
And good news, we don't need to touch Turtle Rock. We don't need to touch Pendant Turtle Rock.
No ice rod hunt for us today. Cold Stare being a little bit of a bully there. There we go.
Nicely done.
Good job, child of God. Getting that map.
But that is crystal number 3, and that's the crystal lead. Oh, well, there's the ice rod, if you wanted it anyway.
Okay, well, I think it's a good thing that Calvin... Wait, yeah, Calvin can't get that fire rod right now, right? Yeah, correct. Great, perfect. So Calvin won't be accidentally baited into a clown play of, what if it's in Turtle Rock? You know?
Oh, jeez. Although, what if the final sword is like that first check?
Oh, although I'm just remembering or realizing that Turtle Rock is also Ether, which is what Calvin's looking for. So moot point across the board.
It was a nice thought while it lasted.
Yeah.
But Child of God gonna get that hook shot.
Captain making the late desert play, which I find super curious.
Meanwhile, Tepidino giving us our first look at... Tepidino is doing the Smith chain. Did the first leg just for 20 rupees, but I think this is going to be the full thing.
Yeah, I mean, you get the flute or the mirror, and it's not that bad. I don't think it's ever that bad of a gamble to do it. Ooh, Cane of Samaria strats on Landmo. We're getting all the fun strats on Landmo today. Who needs a hammer? We've got Cane of Samaria. Just pushing the block around. Perfect. That's exactly where I wanted it.
Yeah, right there, that exact spot.
All right. This should be the death of Lambo. We have hammer pegs over on Tepidino's screen as well. For a magic boomerang that we will not be getting.
But we will get that green pendant there on Captain's side. Meanwhile, save and quit there on Tepidino. Because Tepidino does not have the mirror, which is up on the mountain.
Alright. Got a lot of people retracing steps of the other runners. We got our first tempered sword, I believe.
Yep.
All of our other runners are running on fighter swords still, and here's Child of God, and like, look at this.
And that's going to be a huge advantage kind of the rest of the way. Depending on when everyone else gets the other swords. Tepidino going to go ahead and grab Hookshot here, though. And this might be Meyer here for Tepidino.
True. Oh yeah, because they've had all the medallions all along.
Yep, just it's nice not having to worry about it. But we'll go ahead and opt out for the time being.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, they've got the safeties they need to like do that fight relatively safely. It's right there. I don't know. Maybe they just prefer to do Swamp Palace instead. Or
Maybe to wait for go mode for that. Just because looking for two items when Tepidino still needs mirror and fire rod for go mode. So,
which Tepidino is going to find up here because Tepidino is about to get their Master Sword before they even check that book or Ether Tablet. So I think Tepidino is about to be in go mode in like the next like couple minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, Calvin going to go ahead and clear up Eastern here.
You know, we have Captain doing some bomb strats here in Ice Palace. Gonna get rid of those pen gators. Just a compass in that first check. Oh, we've already seen Ice Palace. Yeah, from Child of God.
Yep. So, but this will be Captain. Captain should be getting a Master Sword here, so that'll be very handy.
Captain trying to do Icebreaker here. It's a little bit tricky. It's a trick that's known as door extension, where you kind of like it's like you're tricking the game into thinking you're still in the doorway, but you're not, and then you just push yourself into walls so that the game forces you through it because you have to exit the door. That's a very like simplified explanation of the trick that Captain is trying to do right here, but
And there we go. There's the good setup, and very nicely done.
Yeah, so placing that block down basically makes it so that the game thinks you're both in the door, but there's an obstacle in your way, so you just have to go through everything that's in front of you, so that you go through the block and the door and the wall there.
All right, and Child of God about to, well, not quite get into go mode yet. Still needs the ether from the shovel spot, but this is Tepidino's go mode right here.
52-43.
There we go.
Tepidino's in go mode. And Tepidino knows it at this point. Like, Tepidino's right there next to Tower of Hera. They could have done it right there and then, but they're just gonna do it when they're heading to Ganon's Tower, because they're just going to rush through all the crystal dungeons now.
Right. You'll be able to get it once you're there, and then guarantee yourself full magic and health going into GT. Especially since we don't necessarily have. We don't have a great sense of like if half magic's going to be along the way or not. Just we're down to safeties though. We've got red armor, so less worried about health. Just magic might be a little bit of an issue.
Child of God making a joke out of Moldorm. Just 2 hits, done. Good. dash opportunity there, Tepidino.
Meanwhile, Calvin getting that last medallion. Calvin is about to go into go mode. It's a little bit less comfortable without that lamp from Sass's closet.
The Child of God still missing that ether. Just got their fire rod though, so that's good. Ooh, we got a Godmire. A godly Mire Tepidino.
And well done. All right, and chat confirming they did get lamp. So Calvin is also in go mode.
Wait, was lamp their go mode?
Or at least fire rod was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the fire rod for go.
Hopefully it wasn't like their logical go mode. I was like, that would be pretty funny though.
It really would.
Oh. Yeah, all of our runners doing, all things considered, pretty well. They're all on track right now. No one's made any really bad plays or anything like that. It's just rando be rando is what I'm just noticing.
Tepidino, yeah, right now Child of God has, I'd say, the largest advantage just from the virtue of having Tempered Sword. We'll be able to do a lot of these things a little bit quicker, and Tepidino in a little bit of trouble there. Gets the potion off.
Going with the good old classic, start with the NMG strats, which you hop into the puddle, become invulnerable for a second spin, and then just going with the basic strat of just cape slash.
Just swing your sword a whole lot and hope for the best. Yep. And there's the bug net. Okay, now we're in go mode.
Now we're in go mode. We did it, fam.
We're in swag mode now.
We came that ferry off of the top of Death Mountain for free.
Captain having to burn a potion here against Cold Stare, though, does get and then right afterwards gets the Cold Stare kill. Well done.
Which I believe that puts them at 3 crystals as well. So we've got 4 crystals, and then we've got Tepidino, who is also at 3, but is going to be getting 4, 5, 6, 7 very quickly.
Yeah, so I think a lot of this will come down to if Tepidino opts to get the Ice Palace big chest. I don't know where the big key was, and Tepidino may not get it here.
If I had to try to remember, I know it wasn't in the first chest. The first chest was Compass, which Tepidino just skipped. So it would either be Vanilla, or it would be an H chest, which I think they're gonna skip.
Also, for what it's worth, you've got me wanting to play Octopath again. It's an excellent soundtrack.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I'm working on the Octopath 2 MSU pack as well. So
oh, you too. I'm also working on one for focusing on Ochet.
I mean, Yasunori Nishiki is such a good composer. I just love his work. Let's see. Tepidino. Oh, they are doing H chest. Okay.
All right. There's the big key. And Child of God still not in go mode without the... Yeah, Child of God actually still needing that ether medallion.
I'm just noticing Captain still hasn't gone up the mountain yet because they are lacking a mirror. So they had to sit there and wait for the wall master to get them out of that room.
Because, yeah, they don't have the flute yet, which has the hook shot, which has...
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's a very clear chain they need to go through. And wow, yeah, Tepidino just being very thorough, getting that tempered sword. All right, and there is Captain's flute, which will give them the hook shot, which should give them the rest of what they need minus the ether.
I'm trying to think of what we've seen so far in Swamp. I think we still have the... I don't know if we've seen the map already, but we did get the big key there as we cross into the hour mark. Does Child of God go back in, depending on if we've already seen the map?
I think with the most recent strategies, is it called Specky Clip? Is that what it's called? The newest one? I think a lot of people just don't do left side swamp if there's still checks anywhere else on the board because of how quickly you can get back in with Specky Clip.
So Child of God did do left side swamp.
Oh, Child of God did do it. Okay.
Yeah, but, and actually I think I saw the lamp. Sorry, not the lamp, the map there, but we'll see what happens here. What does Child of God do after a very nice Argus kill? And there's the force sword.
Oh my God. All right. Well, everyone gets a tempered sword today, at least. So yeah, Tepidino's going to be guaranteed a gold sword as well. Yeah, everyone gets a gold sword except for maybe Captain, depending on what Captain does.
And we did see the map earlier, so yeah, Child of God going to go ahead and I think Child of God can do Specky Clip again here. Had done it the first time. Very saves a couple drawer transitions right here. Very nice.
Oh, that's a unique setup that I haven't seen before. Most people I know will like drop the bomb facing south because like it's just guaranteed basically. But Child of God was doing some little bit of alignment there.
Yep, we'll do how Tepidino's currently doing it actually.
Yep.
All right, and it was just a bottle in the swamp big chest. Child of God really looking for where that ether is, though.
Now, remind me, where was ether?
It was the dig spot.
It was the dig. Oh my gosh.
So
okay.
Child of God needs the shovel from King's Tomb for that. So
might be a hot second.
And meanwhile, Calvin in go mode also going to go ahead and take care of Swamp.
Tepidino's still doing some checks here and there. Probably just, I think the only thing they could possibly fish for is the silvers at this point. Although they don't know the gold sword is right in front of them.
Right, like silvers will save a little bit of time on Ganon. But yeah. All right. Here's Argus for Tepidino.
Oh, some good old boot strats there. Oh, they will. Okay, well, sorry, that one.
So pretty well done. All right. And a little bit of a different strategy there, but gets the kill down. And there is that gold sword, the butter sword.
So yeah, now they just got to go straight to the back of Skull Woods, and then up the mountain they go for Tower of Hera and Ganon. All right, Captain doing a different setup for Harapot here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, that's one of the newer setups.
That has been honestly one of the greatest, the fun things about Link to the Past. In this 32 years old this game is right now, and we're still finding new ways to break the game.
I mean, again, Specky Clip has been around since February of last year, and it took us a couple months to decide whether or not it was even legal, kind of thing. And it was just someone just goofing around in the game long enough that they discovered, oh yeah, you can just clip through this one specific wall that no one had bothered trying to do before. Moldorm getting 2 of our runners today in his Trolldorm ways.
Meanwhile, Child of God taking down Mothula very nicely. And there's the big key. But that is crystal number 6. Just needs Meyer, but needs a couple of items to get there.
I mean, they're at least in a good place for this, because normally I would think if you're in Skull Woods, this is like the one time that you would also route in North Dark World, especially when you have the mirror. So that shovel is not too far off from Child of God's future. And then it's just a matter of how soon do they use it.
I would imagine pretty much immediately, honestly. Because, and you are absolutely right, it looks like that is how Child of God is going to play it. Do Graveyard Ledge, then King's Tomb right afterwards.
Yeah, I would imagine they would also do Catfish, because they're not going to immediately turn in that shovel. They're going to finish what they're doing right now, and then we'll see what call they make from there, because are there really any other really decent plays for Child of God at this point?
They're really
turtle. You can't even do a turtle rock dip because you're missing the ether.
So I guess that's the good news. TR is very much off the table.
All things considered, the seed has been very kind to our runners. It's like, oh, I don't have to worry about all of these things ever.
All right, and welcome in the Avian Art Raiders, party of 34. And there is that shovel for Child of God, but I think you're right. Looks like it's going to be Catfish first.
Yeah, Catfish, and then we'll see what they do from there. Thank you for the raid. Just also, as a reminder, these 4 fantastic speedrunners, Tepidino, Child of God, Captain 1977, and Calvin, they're putting on a little show for you. They're putting themselves out there so that you have something to watch on this fine New Year's Eve, the last show that we have on Speed Gaming for this year. So go ahead and just give them kudos, give them your follows if you choose to. And we've got a fantastic crew in the background here. We've got Lady Laura, Linda, and Hugo helping us out with all the technical stuff, pushing the buttons in the background. And also just thank you for being here. I hope you're all enjoying your holidays.
Yep. And meanwhile, Tepidino, we're going to have a very quick GT Big Key guessing game here in a second. Tepidino going to go ahead and looks like the bread setup right there. Right, the bread bowl?
Bread bowl. It is one of the setups, yeah.
All right. Just needs 2 slashes here on Tepidino's side here, though, so should be fairly straightforward.
Yeah, no spins required. Just slap, slap. Get out of here, Moldorm. No Trolldorm for Tepidino today.
All right, but with that is crystal number 7, and that brings on a little game. Where is the GT Big Key in which check? I'm gonna guess lucky number 13 today. Jack, what are you thinking?
2.
Two,
That's
good
my
answer.
guess. Yep. And just for everybody just who's in stream or on YouTube watching this, the big key is going to appear in one of 22 checks or chests or what have you in Ganon's tower. So we're just trying to we're trying to gamble which one of those checks is it going to be. All right, check number 1. Nope. All right, I've got one last opportunity.
I'll say this is gonna be it. You know, it depends on which stealth host room check we check here.
I mean, it's always going to be the bottom left. Dang, I was wrong. Oh,
right.
so we're doing full left. Okay.
I'll say, and I saw that mirrors. It looked like Tepedino was at first going to go ahead and mirror for that, but I guess with the number of keys obtained, it's like, let's go ahead and just keep on going. Number 6, though, is just a heart container.
Some good old bloomerang strats here. Ooh. Right. Oh, okay. Well, maybe not good old strats. All right, first try. Here we go. There we go.
There we go. First try.
Happens to everyone. You just get it first try every time.
Yeah, I don't see any second try emotes out there. You know, it's all first try.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, small key.
So my hope for Captain here, he does have the shovel. Is that after he finishes this, he just routes in like K45 with the shovel and whatnot and just finds his ether along the way.
And there is Child of God getting that ether medallion there. So this Child of God is in go mode. Meanwhile, we're at 13 and we are still looking for the GT big key.
Gonna be Tyler on my bet at this point. Now I'm being pessimistic. I'm like, it wasn't 2. I have to swing the full other way. It's gonna be 22.
Oh, okay. All right, Tepedino, a little short on magic there.
Oh, not short of magic.
That is
Commentator's blessing.
just for the new year, you know. All right, 14 is the mirror shield.
All right. Ooh.
All right.
Calvin basically right on Tepedino's heels here on the right side. Also barely holding on to enough magic and also getting the magic drop. Or commentator's blessing.
We do our best.
Yeah. You can't give out all the blessings. I got to give out at least one.
All right, 18. Just some bombs or arrows.
All right, are we gonna have a vanilla big key? Good setup by Tepedino. All right. Nope.
19, 20, 21.
Oh
it is
my gosh.
22.
It is a good old 22.
Oh, hey, there's Powder. Captain and Child of God both getting the powder at K45.
Oh, yeah.
You love to see it.
Oh, I love that sprite for Hollow Knight, where it turns into the shade.
That is pretty darn cool. All right, Tepidino gonna go ahead and wait out the tiles because for folks on YouTube watching, you'll notice even though Tepidino's using the cape, magic meter is not going down, and that's because as long as you're holding onto something, you don't use magic. In this version of the game, in the very first release.
Good old 1.0. You'll see that strat pretty much employed in like exactly two places, which is there and then Ganon.
Yep.
All right.
Excellent music choices.
Yep. we do have Child of God doing the cape strats on Vidi, good old Vitreous, which I don't think we had seen yet, but if you hadn't, there it was. It's like a really clean way to do Vitreous in general. We'll probably see it again from Captain because like we have a gold sword. So yeah, just charge through the eyeballs over and over again.
Yeah, we've got pretty much everyone rolling here. We've got Tepidino climbing Ganon's tower. We've got Calvin gonna get to the random room, mirror, and then do tower room.
Calvin not opting to do boomerang strats. What is this? No swagger. All right. Yep, Tepidino just doing the climb. Gonna do the Moldorm setup here. Yeah, gold sword. Yeah, you just use that. That second Landmo being super rude and just diving down immediately twice in a row.
All right, Child of God opting to go up the mountain from the other way. A little bit quicker to go from the south and hook shot over, but still gets over here all the same.
I remember talking to my teammates about like, what's the quickest way to get up? And it's literally like fractions of seconds, depending on which of the three ways you could choose to go up the mountain.
All right, and Calvin also holding on to the shooter there. Save on magic.
Good item knowledge on Tepidino's part there, getting that full magic refill from that room.
And at 2 keys is going to be able to skip out on every remaining item check.
I mean, they could fish for silvers because I don't think we found that yet, right?
Correct. We have not found silvers. Half magic is also still somewhere out there, but we're not going to find it. We have
gold sword. Yeah, we have gold sword. Like, I would imagine this would be the one check that Tepidino does. Hoping for maybe just like a free silvers. Nope.
Good news. We'll tell you where the boss is. Go up like 2 rooms.
It's right here. All right. So we've got 3 people on Ganon's tower. We do have Captain and Gomo, so Captain will be following everyone very shortly into Ganon's tower. everyone's going to have to go through the whole entire thing because of tile room.
And that's a really nice 3-cycle there on Tepidino's side. I do like how we've gotten 3 different strats to get past that one boomerang room, like Tepidino using the boomerang
Yep.
to set the tiles. We got the bomb, we got the Gain of Samaria.
You know, it's often like you just find what works for you, and as long as you can do it consistently, that's often just going to save you more time than trying out new strategies, like while you're on stream in front of like 100 people being watched.
Right, no pressure. Meanwhile, Tepidino already going through Ganon 1. Ganon 2 are also done, giving us the David Bowie Labyrinth lines. And Captain getting grabbed out of a pit, so...
Sure, it happens to all of us, Captain.
All right, and that's phase 4. Meyer had... Yeah, we weren't going to get those.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, it was probably behind like cutscene chest or something. All right. Tepidino setting up for those triples.
Timing, I think, is good. And there's the triple. Takes 12 swords to slay Ganon without the silver arrows. Technically, Ganon, I think, is only vulnerable for one single frame, but with the sword swing, that gives you basically all the time in the world to land that one frame hit.
Okay. Barely missing that other like super hyper efficient triple, but we don't need it. Ganon goes down. Everybody in chat, give out your GGs to Tepidino, our first finisher on the stream.
And in 1:21 and 41 seconds, Tepidino finishes first on Restream and third overall. Shire and Dr. Bowser finishing a little bit before, and then we actually had a finisher right after, 15 seconds after Tepidino. But we're on to Child of Gods' audio. Calvin just about towards the top of GT, though.
Yeah, the nice thing about Tile Room, if there's anything nice to say about Tile Room, is we know exactly where all the runners are. It removes the whole entire gambling aspect out of Ganon's tower because everyone's just gonna have to do everything. So we have a pretty clear indication of like where all of our restreamed runners are at this time. So we should be seeing Calvin finish up pretty soon, and then it'll be Child of God, and then it'll be Captain. All right.
All right, Child of God about to start the climb and go into the gauntlet. Captain just getting into GT. Calvin just about to drop into Ganon. And we are joined here with Tepidino. GG's.
Jeez. So how about those pendant dungeons?
Weren't they filled with goodies? Everything you wanted?
This is the worst early boots I ever got in my life. If I didn't get those boots, I swear to God, I would never enter Desert and I would never finish Chief's Town. I mean, I'm there. Chief's Town has 3 items. has to be something good, right? Right?
Right? You weren't the only one who went through the whole entire gauntlet of Thieves Town. So
Yeah, I'm looking at that. So the reasoning for like Tip Sound was more of a I'm already there, I'll do it. But for Desert, I actually thought I would find something there because of that early book. Turns out it was my Go mode. Guess that.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I got it right. It was the book opened something. Too bad it wasn't Desert.
yeah, it was. Yeah, for most of our runners that we saw on stream today, it was a very, very narrow line of like, oh, did some? Oh, Calvin.
Unfortunately took the spill against Ganon. We'll have to do the fight again.
Oh. That's
Hopefully not
unfortunate.
proving me wrong, because I was like, pretty sure Calvin's going to be finishing right afterwards.
But yeah, and after doing two Bandit Dungeons, I actually took a detour to check on Pad, and I was like, I'm gonna check Lumberjack because why not? And then I remember, oh wait, this is not Brodsky's. The Jeremiah is not gonna go in with me.
Yep.
That was not a happy learning. I completely forgot it would happen like that. But it wasn't Pet either, so yeah, that was great. So after overall, I'm very happy with the result. I think I made a small mistake doing ice instead of swamp first because I was looking for a sword, and it turns out it worked great. Sword was on the way.
Yeah, we had
yeah. Yeah,
two swords along the way.
Yeah, 2 swords along the way. I mean, hard to call that a mistake, you know. How would have you known? Like, we knew, because someone else had, I believe, done it, like, right before you. But, yeah.
Okay, let me correct that. I wouldn't say a mistake, but if you think about it, it's easier to do. I think it's safer to do master Argus in hope of a sword versus master Cold Stare.
Yeah, depending on your setup and your magic, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had potions. I mean, in the end, what would happen is I would have blown my fire rod on Cold Stare and then used the potion and blown the rest of the magic on Cold Stare as well. It would work the same. But I mean, I didn't have to open a single chest. Nobody found silvers. I'm so curious to know where it is.
Oh, they're in Mittermeier.
No, I know, but because I did Go Meyer, I only opened the big chest, the big key chest. I was wondering if somebody else found it. Oh well.
Yeah, no, I know no one did at least on Restream.
Yeah,
and honestly, given where Go mode was for most people, I honestly doubt anyone really found it. It's probably like in cutscene chest or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be a big chest. I mean, after I'm assuming everybody entered Meyer in Go mode.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how about this 22? Oh, this tile room. I'm so mad. It had to be tile room for the last seed of the year, right?
Of course, or the first one.
Yeah.
Although with that, Calvin does get the Ganon Slay there, and is about to cross the finish line at 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 16 seconds. GG, that is good for second place on Restream.
All right, GG's. Yeah. So I guess the rando rush route paid off a little bit because when I was doing Ice Arm, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be like the proof that this route sucks and I'll never do it again, right? It's gonna be here. And then it was entire room. I was like, okay, so there's hope. but I'm really happy to have participated in this. Aside from my poor blank fight, I felt like I was playing quite well, and I was really happy to be part of the restream here. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, your execution was pretty much spot on the entire time. So, and again, I always want to make sure that, you know, you're putting yourself on display for a bunch of people to watch you nervously maybe fumble about a seed kind of thing. So that's always appreciated, that you're willing to volunteer that kind of time for us.
It is my pleasure. Where did you all find swords? What? They're on the way. They were on the way.
One of the other racers in chat lamenting, where did those swords go? We are joined with Calvin, though. GG's.
Hey, GG, thank you.
GG's, Calvin.
GG.
Calvin, first thoughts on this race. How do you feel? Other than what just happened, we'll ignore that.
No, that's knocking off rust. That's knocking off rust. I'm not mad about it. Tile room, awesome. 2 fetch quests for items. I think we had 2, maybe 1. I don't know. Like it was, and then I didn't have a sword for like the longest time, so like it was rough. But so I'm happy with the sub 130 on this for sure.
Oh, true. Yeah, I think you were the one person who did Thieves Town without a sword.
Oh, ouch. GG's for know that.
I think I did pod without a sword too.
Yeah, you did a lot of the game without a sword.
Where was the
And
first
then
sword?
So there was Waterfall Ferry. You had
You're right.
yeah, that was the first sword for a lot of folks, and then Paradox for the second sword, and then Ice Big Chest and Swamp Palace Argus. Yep.
Easter. I did Easter without a sword. That much I did. But with that, I mean, I couldn't ignore water checks with that early flippers. So, yay sword.
I ignored him. I went to desert instead of doing waters.
Oh, I did desert with a sword, but I did do it. It was fun. So the glove was my very last location. Aside from obviously desert.
Yeah, I was curious about that because there were a couple of you who had the book super early because it was like, I believe in Kakariko.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were a couple of you who were just like, I'm just going to ignore this book for as long as possible. And it didn't even matter because like the gloves weren't even hidden behind the book. But I normally would just be like, take that as a clear indicator, like, just go in this direction. Whereas some runners, maybe Tepidino, you went there like immediately when you had the book. Someone went directly from Dam to Desert and got their gloves like super early. Okay, I forget who it was. It might have been Calvin. Wait, no. Calvin's in the call.
I did what did I do? Normal, Kakariko first. Oh, book. Okay, then what I usually do is like, okay, I'm gonna go to desert, but I'm gonna do mini Moldorm, Dam, and then desert.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, you were the one who did mini Moldorm, and then you turned around. It was either Child or Captain who did just Dam right into desert and had their gloves first.
But you have to think about that the same way you found the book, right? For desert, you found the flippers. The flippers were also on the first tier, so they have the very same weight. But if I go follow the flippers route, I'm checking 6 things. Ice Rock Cave is not behind flippers, but it is on the way to my water walk.
Yeah.
And if I go to desert, that is 5 things, and I have to beat a dungeon for that. A pendant dungeon. If it was a crystal dungeon, I 100% agree with you. I would do exactly what Calvin said. I would go mini Molder, Dam, desert. No question about it. But it was pendant. Even if it was green pendant, it was pendant.
Yeah, it is an interesting toss-up for sure, in my opinion. But I completely agree. Maybe next time, if it's a crystal, then sure. But my lack of thinking was, also no Zora. I think I only had like less than 100 rupees at the time too, so
And that's the reason I did Eastern first. I stopped. I finished CAC. I went to Eastern. It would also define my route. Had I not found money in Eastern, because there was a 300 there, I would have done straight desert. So yeah, also the worst 300 I ever found. Yay. No, but yeah, I 100% agree. No Zora money, I would not go to Flipper check. But I believe there was a 300 in Minute Walker Mazal or something like that. So at that point, I had enough money to do Zora, so I just went for it.
It was definitely an interesting seat, to say the least, for sure. But I've been learning another speed run, and then I was just sitting around doing nothing, waiting for New Year's parties to start. So I was like, you know what? Oh, wait, there's a run. I'm gonna hop in, knock off some rust. Why not?
Agreed. Yeah, I'll be streaming till next year. So that's my New Year's party. But yeah, I think it was a really interesting seed, and honestly, hopefully, this was a good seed to comment on. It was great to play. I had a lot of time. I had a lot of fun.
Same.
Oh, we had fun commentating as well. There were some good old goose and guffaws made by everybody and all involved. So we do have our last runner, Captain 1977, in their Ganon fight right now. So we'll see if they can hop in after this. But yeah, again, thank you also to Calvin. I mentioned this to Tepidino before. It's like, thanks for speed running and putting yourself on display for us to talk about for the past hour and a half.
Hope y'all enjoy the side deck.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that
it was-
okay? Is that a shiny Psyduck? Is shiny Psyduck blue?
So shiny Psyduck is the blue male upgrade, and then the red male upgrade, I guess, is Golduck's skin color.
Okay.
Which doesn't make sense to me because it's still a Psyduck, but I mean, I guess I get it, a little bit, but
Okay.
And still sort of bluish.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, dark blue. But I love this sprite though. There's a cute backstory to it, but I won't dive too much into that.
Yeah. All right. I am going to go here. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for commenting and for the racing and everything, and for letting me restream and watching me do the thing. It was fun. I appreciate it. I only have to. You said about giving time, and all I had to do was come here and run. You made the show happen. You trackers, people from Speed Gaming. So I really appreciate all the effort and the volunteer work you put on. It makes our days much happier than they would be without you.
Thank you.
Oh. Yeah, thank you so much for the kind words. And just as everyone just saw on stream, we have our final finisher on Restream, Captain 1977, with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour 36:44. So please get your GGs in chat for them.
Yeah, this was a good seed, and yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for racing, for tracking. Hugo and Lady Laura Linda doing a great job pressing the buttons, keeping us commentators honest. To my co-com Slumberjack, and we'll see if we can get Captain in here as well. But yeah, what an ending to the year, or what a beginning to the year.
Yeah, depending on where you are. And just so everybody knows, we do have things coming up in the new year for Speed Gaming. We're going to have like the finals to a Link to the Past League tournament and whatnot. But just so everybody in the chat knows, this is it for the year. This is the grand finale. This is the send-off. We're going to be done here pretty much after this wraps up. So just a big thank you to everyone in the community, all of you who are hanging out in chat. You're what makes this special. And again, as one of our runners just said, thanks to the people behind the scenes pushing the buttons, our Lady Laura Linda, our Hugo, who just left. They had something else to go to. And then, of course, my co-commentator Finch, who, unless we get a captain in here in the next couple seconds, Finch, do you want to close this out?
Yeah, and unfortunately, it looks like the invite got broken. So GG's to the runners. Captain giving well wishes in the chat. But yeah. So this was the last live speed gaming broadcast of 2023. Tomorrow will just be reruns. So for Monday, it'll be reruns, and we'll be back on Tuesday for live races. But if you've enjoyed this kind of thing for speed running, for randomizer, go ahead and give a follow to the Speed Gaming channels, Speed Gaming, which is this one, or Speed Gaming 2 through 6. And if you'd like to volunteer, a frequent volunteer, Lana Bean, posting a link in chat for Google form. If you'd like to co-com, or if you'd like to track, or if you'd like to help put these on, join the Discord, join all the things. But yeah, thank you everyone. It's been an absolute blast. 2023 has flown by, it feels like, but it's been an absolute pleasure. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I appreciate y'all. So that's all I've got.
Happy New Year!
3, 2, 1. If you watch this broadcast right at 11:59.
To time it down. All right. Good night, everyone.
Y'all take it easy.